All right. Oh, I gotta switch the ticker there. All right, I'll try and switch the ticker as the anthems play. Everybody worried about me being late? I'm right on time once again. I usually kick it off as the anthem gets underway, and it is underway right now. It is Game 5. It is the Carolina Hurricanes playing the New York Rangers in Madison Square Garden with, once again, the New York Rangers have an opportunity to take their series against the Carolina Hurricanes. I'm going to lower the broadcast a little in my ear because it's a little loud. I have to switch this score bug because right now it is the wrong game. Here we go. That's the right game. Let me see if I can copy and paste. I'm doing this in real time. Oh, there we go. Okay. It switched. We're good. It's good. That's bad TV. Can you label the next time the stream as 7:10 instead of 7? Hey. How about this? No. I wish I had my mug. I can't hold up my mug, but my mug says no because that's my catchphrase. Today's stream is brought to you by Hockey Rants and Raves, Steve Dangle's book that comes out this fall. It is a collection of hockey arguments, like bar arguments that you would have, and his opinion on them and the takes that sometimes you should have on them, and just the history of the game and common arguments that go on in hockey. Find the link in the description to pre-order it. We are almost underway here in MSG. I will say the puck has been dropped right there. The puck has been dropped, and we are underway. They dumped it in real quick, and it went right by Anderson. Freddie Anderson starts tonight. I probably would have gone with Kochetkov, to be honest, based on how Mr. Anderson played on... Sorry, I'm making sure the bug's working. There we go. Okay. Everything's working. Score clock is working. All right. Based on how Anderson played last game, I didn't like the butt goal. Bouncing it off your own butt. Go back to Kochetkov. I think it gave the team a better boost in game number 3 when they lost an OT. I know Freddie got you that win last game, but I would have gone back to Kochetkov, but whatever. I don't think it makes a difference in the end for the series, if I'm being honest. I think eventually the Rangers here get one of these games. But Carolina's a very good team. If they get the offense going, if Freddie can battle with Igor, who knows how the series goes? No series is over until a team wins or loses 4 games. Was that Panarin who almost made a nice nifty play? Freddie's able to make the save. It goes right over him. We got the Rangers working the puck behind the net. They're looking good early on. 2 minutes in, they're the first team to get some pressure on the goaltender. How is everybody doing tonight? Let me know in the chat. Here's some of your buttons. We have Freddie Anderson covering the puck here with 17:52 to go. We have a face-off. Brent's Hockey Network says nervous AF. F5BO2 says, what jersey are you wearing tonight? So I've gone with the ref outfit for game 4, where I made all the calls. I went with the Carolina shirt and the Rangers jersey in the back for games 2 and 3. And tonight we are repping women's hockey, repping some WoHo. I have on my PWHPA Dream Gap Tour jersey. It's actually a Corel Emard on the back. You can see it there. Of Noxie and Cax, that is Corel. This is her jersey. when she played for Team Harvey's. And then in the back there, we got Team Toronto of the PWHL. So we are wearing this tonight for the stream. We have a chance in front. Everybody's piling on Igor. Lindgren's trying to clear the bodies. And Igor holds on to it. Robert, what say would you like on the clock? Robert says he has no say in the clock. What say would you like? I gotta the sound I'm listening to is ahead for the first time of the TV that I'm watching. And it's never that case. It's usually delayed in my ear so that I can see the reaction and then I can hear the play-by-play. And then I can be like, okay, I saw that. What's the reaction in the ear? So I'm thrown off right now by the play-by-play being earlier. So I might just turn off the play-by-play. So then just FYI, I can't hear anything that's going on in the game right now. And I'm just going to watch here as Jalen Chatfield pulls out from behind his own net and comes up through the middle of the ice. And then I'm going to fix that in intermission. I'm going to fix that during intermission. I got a lot of technical things going on tonight. 15:54 right now. Robert's say on the clock is that he'd like it to work. Yeah, the clock's being all buggy tonight. That's the other technical thing that's going on. It doesn't click down exactly, like it doesn't tick. It just kind of updates every little bit. Let you know kind of where I'm at in the game. So when you tune in, you can know that it's about 15:38 from where Jesse's watching to when it last updated. And like every 30 seconds or so, you'll get that little update. The Rangers here send it deep. Carolina throws it back to the Rangers. And we have some back and forth action. A slower start so far than last game where we had 3 goals in the first 10 minutes. We've now gone scoreless in the first 5 minutes, which is shocking for these two teams. Matt Rempe's in there tonight. There he is. He just gathered the puck. He's on the ice right now, I believe, for his first shift of the game. Let's see how much chaos Matt Rempe gets into tonight. He's already trying to get in on the action with the puck behind the net. He's in a board battle. Hey, successfully gets it out there. Won that little battle. Let's see if Rempe can do anything here. He's so big on the ice. It's hilarious watching Matt Rempe with normal humans on the ice. Oh, they threw it in front to try and get a rebound. Couldn't do anything. Anderson's able to keep the puck out. Watching Matt Rempe skate around, it's like a giraffe playing with little toddlers. He's just so big. He towers over everybody else on the ice. It is fantastic to see. He's like this little giraffe here in the corner. That's Matt Rempe on the ice. Right there. Matt Rempe, everybody. All right, so we are on a TV timeout. 13:58 remaining. Taking our first TV timeout of the game. Jacqueline K says he could join DOS. Yes, our Dancing Animal Squad. Matt Rempe could certainly join the Dancing Animal Squad. It's been an adventure watching his career take off these last 4 months. It's been since he's really entered the zeitgeist of the NHL. And referees definitely watch everything Matt Rempe does, and they are looking to give him penalties. But he's also trying to do something offensively. He's a fourth liner. He's in and out of the lineup. He's trying his best to affect the game on the offensive side. He's clearly trying to affect the game with his body and throwing a bunch of hits, but the amount of noise and distraction and hype that he brings to the team and Rangers fans, it's so much more than what you'd expect out of a 21-year-old fourth liner. Like, in no way should he have this much conversation around him, but the way he plays hockey is worthy of talking about, and his stature makes him noteworthy. It's incredible to see. Jackie M says, just think how effective Rempe could be in a few years after he settles into his role. And that's what I'm most excited to see about Matt Rempe's game, because he can get better offensively. I think about Tage Thompson, who at one point was a winger, a bottom six winger in his life. And eventually he matured into a 40 goal scoring center. And that's a guy who's oversized for NHL play, but he learned how to play a skill game with his size. And Matt Rempe is more of a physical player for sure than Matt Rempe is. Like, that's an understatement. But who knows how Matt Rempe grows into his body and into his game, and if he adds an offensive touch to it. Like, is there one day in the future where we're back, by the way, around 14 or 13:40 on the clock as we enter into the middle portion of this first period? A chance in front, not taken by the Hurricanes. They pass it back out. Strange little play. I think the Hurricanes player in front should have just turned around and shot it. I think it was Martinook who was just out in front with the puck and decided to pass it. Matt Rempe, if he adds some sort of offensive play to his game, could be one of the best guys. Like, could we see him as a Tom Wilson type? A guy who's not afraid to get into things, into the dirty areas. Maybe you're like, he might get suspended every now and again, but he can definitely score goals and be on offensive touch. There's an option out there one day for Matt Rempe to be a tough guy who can also add an offensive ability to his game. We got Zibanejad coming up the wing here. Feeds it out front. Hurricanes steal it. They turn up the other side. Rangers are trying to enter the zone. Every single time they do, they're getting stuffed by the Hurricanes. Terrific defense by the Hurricanes here. That's what they excel at the most, their team defense. It's fabulous to watch, fabulous to see. Let's see if the Hurricanes now pressuring. They try a one-timer out in front, and it goes wide. I believe the fourth line's out there. There's Kuzi. They're circling. Brady Shea throws it onto the net. Stopped by Shesterkin. Sent wide. Let's see if the Rangers can break out here. They don't. They simply tip the puck in deep. Matt Rempe's out there trying to throw a hit. Can't do it. Tony DeAngelo's coming in. Charging in. One-timer. Jordan Staal one-timer goes just wide. Almost a beautiful little play there for the Carolina Hurricanes, but Jordan Staal's one-timer just goes wide. We have a super chat. We have a super chat from Jordan. Jordan Saylor says, just listen to Brian Burke's audiobook. It's awesome. Thanks to Steve for the recommendation. Yeah, Steve's been talking about that nonstop recently because it's what he's listening to. And Steve, if you know Steve, listens to like one thing at a time. So if the Brian Burke thing is what he's listening to, that's what he's talking about. And apparently it's really good. So shout out you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Here's a little confetti. And it's something I have to listen to because I haven't read it yet. Are you guys more audiobook people or actually reading the book people? The Rangers here with a little bit of offensive chances out in front, but Freddie's able to steer the puck wide. No damage done there for the Hurricanes. Brent Burns sends it in. Jai Wu Yang says audio. Marquette's physical. Jacqueline K says audio. Oh, a lot of people are on the audiobooks. Robert, can we get a poll going? What's superior? Audiobooks or physical books? Because I believe I'm outvoted on the Steve Dangle podcast. Steve and Adam are both audiobook people, and I am a physical book. To be honest, I'm a Kobo reader. I have a Kobo that I just load up, and that's how I read my books. But I think that counts as physical. I also like hard copies. That's how I read my books. We got the Hurricanes cycling here in the zone. The puck is sent on net and bounces wide. We have a timeout here at 9:26 of the first period. 9:26. We are into another television timeout. Robert, let me know the results of the poll once you got them, because I can't see the poll results from my end currently. So much technical issues. Some of the comments. I had to turn it off and listen to you. I can't watch the trips go uncalled. That's Foxy Jane 88. Yeah, there's been a little bit of stick infractions going on. I haven't even mentioned it on the broadcast yet. But yeah, the guys have been flopping around a little. The refs haven't the refs are giving the game to the Canes. I don't know about that. I think on both sides, nothing's been called at all. Obviously, there's been no penalties, but I don't think there's any kind of bias. I just think it's a lot of no calls by the refs so far. But thank you for tuning in, Foxy Jane. I appreciate that. Audiobook versus physical book is what we're talking about, if you are just tuning in. Physical books is winning the poll right now with 69%. Thank you, Robert. That is very nice. Sam Burley says they both have their pros and cons. Audio and physical are both reading. I definitely agree with that. Matt Bruder says, need a physical of Hockey Rants and Raves just for the coffee table. For me, I think Matt hit it on the head there. Getting something tangible, having a tangible copy of something, we're losing that so much right now with everything going digital. Like music, I miss the days of having a physical copy of the music I love and being able to look at it in the real world. That's always nice. Icing there by the New York Rangers. We're going back to the other end of the ice. 9:19 left in the first period. Having something tangible that I can hold with my hands, it makes it a better experience for me. Things I don't like, I'm not the biggest fan of, I'll read on my Kobo, and then things I'm like a really, truly big fan of, I like having that physical copy. You put it on the bookshelf, you get to look at it forever, and that's a part of your collection. When you listen on an audiobook, having that thing in your phone, it's not the same. It's not the same at all. I don't know. That's the old man in me, I guess. Faceoff is won by the Rangers, sent out to center ice. They try a little skied play, and then you go collect it. Didn't really work. Jordan Stahl battling behind the net. Shot on goal. Misses. The Hurricanes now pressuring Teravainen. Kotkaniemi throws it out front. He's got the puck. He's waiting for an opening. Can't find it. And the puck is released out to center, and Chatfield's rushing back for it. Chatfield and Brady Shea working together. And they start the breakout. Dumped in by the Hurricanes. Gary says, picking out music used to be fun. Maybe I'm getting old. Remember Virgin/HMV mega stores. Anybody from the Toronto area, like, you're going to know what I'm talking about. I used to, because I went to Ryerson University, now TMU. I used to spend literally hours, multiple times a week, probably not hours, maybe like an hour, but multiple times a week at the giant HMV at Yonge and Dundas. If you're from the Toronto area, you knew that HMV. It was 3 floors of music, and it was awesome. And as a 20-year-old kid, as a 19-year-old kid, you can just go in there and just lose your time. And it was awesome. And you don't get that experience anymore if you're a music lover. You do get in like local vinyl shops, but a big box store like that, like your local vinyl shop's a hole in the wall, right? To have 3 floors of music, of everything you could imagine under the sun, and things were like cheap back then. I used to get vinyls for like $5. Like now, vinyl's like $25, $30 is ridiculous. Like that was a big part of my young adulthood, and because there's a big hit at center ice. Someone just got pile drived. I need a replay of that one. How was that? Probably should have been a penalty. Oh my gosh, I need to see a replay on that one. I think that was Drury who just laid the shoulder. Rangers now working the puck behind the net. We got 6 minutes to go here in the first period. A little slower than the last few games. Everybody's kind of easing into this one in MSG. The Rangers now pressuring. They got a tip out in front, saved by Freddie. Been good positioning by Freddie tonight. He's been in the right place, the right time for all of these little tips that the Rangers are throwing out in front. That's their specialty. They've scored, like, how many goals have they scored this series that have been on the tip? But Carolina is playing some nice team defense, as they always do. They're not going to go quietly. Like, Carolina's too good of a team just to fold. This is going to be tight to the very end. The Rangers, though, they've controlled in this late half of the first period, getting more chances than the Hurricanes right now. Yeah, they finally get a change of personnel on the ice, and all those tired bodies get to regroup. Now a turnover in front. Carolina gets it, throws a shot on Igor, but it's an easy pad save with the butterfly. Matt Rempe breakout. Here we go. Are they going to feed him? Little shot. Matt Rempe goes to the front of the net. Doesn't do a great job screening Anderson. Rempe gets pushed in the back. Brady Shea standing there. Rempe's looking down on everybody. Carolina's yapping at Rempe. That's Tony DeAngelo. Pushed Rempe in the back. Oh, it was Trouba, obviously. They finally showed the replay of the big hit. It was obviously Jacob Trouba. I should have just assumed. But he laid the elbow there, and no call on the play. No call on the play. let's get to some more of your comments. Gary said the Vancouver HMV megastore is now a Victoria's Secret. Can't say I've ever stepped foot in there since the change. Lipstick Attack says my local HMV turned into a Sunrise Records location. That's at least good. At least it stuck with music. Jet Legend says watching Jesse Blake watch along while bedridden is a decent way to be sick. Hey, thank you. I'm sorry that you are sick. That sucks. But I appreciate that you are here. Avery said we had a similar store here in Atlanta called Tower Records. Just floors and floors of music. That's sick. Yeah, all of those places have gone. Milosh says we had a multi-story HMV here in Vancouver as well. Used to love going. Yeah, and they just shut them all down. So it sounds like a lot of people had a very similar experience. It wasn't just the Toronto one. I guess it was Canada-wide and worldwide. This is from Trinka 2.0. I used to get a gift card to the Giant HMV for Christmas every year, and my dad and I would go downtown and spend the whole afternoon there. Yeah! Like, kids these days don't get those memories. You get other kind of memories, I get it, but that's a very specific 90s kid memory that, these kids don't get. Judas says, bring back Blockbuster. F Netflix. Nay, Netflix is good. Netflix used to... Who's old enough to remember when Netflix used to send you your DVDs in the mail? Like, I was around when Netflix was you went onto their Netflix website and they would mail you the DVD. I was too young for that. But I remember that being a thing when Netflix first started. Is they mail you the DVD and then you got to mail it back. Like that's what Netflix started out as, which just blows my mind every time I think about it. And Redbox, yeah, Mark says Redbox. There used to be boxes where you could drop back the DVD in the box. You go to like a Blockbuster. No, you go to like a convenience store, like a Walmart or something in the front. There's like a DVD rental place and you could drop the DVDs back in the box and whatever person is in charge of that, they come pick it up. Like that used to be a thing. We have a icing call here. Redbox is still a thing, apparently. And Netflix started out as Redbox, and then it became Netflix eventually. Marquez says it was always outside McDonald's. Gamefly! Oh my God, Hawk! Gamefly! Yeah, they had the equivalent for video games. Until you wrote that right there. I forgot Gamefly existed. You just jogged my memory. Yeah, you could do the same thing with video games because video game rentals were also a thing at Blockbuster and Rogers Video. I don't know if you had, or Video 99. You could rent video games just like how you could rent DVDs. And Gamefly was the online Netflix equivalent where you'd rent the game from this website and then they'd mail it to you and then you had to mail it back. Insane. And then, yeah, you go to a convenience store and they had Redbox where you there's just a box there where you drop your movies. Insane. What a time. What a time to be alive. 3 minutes left in the first period. Oh, breakaway for the Canes. Here we go. Save Shesterkin. What a break for the Canes. Gensel just in the clear, one-on-one with Igor Shesterkin, and Gensel can't pot the goal. It was offsides, and we got a stoppage in play. But I'm watching the replay here of the Gensel breakaway. Oh, my goodness. Great save, Shesterkin. That's been what, like, if we're being honest, the biggest difference in this series is Igor. The extra goal, since it's been so tight, the one extra goal, the one extra little push that's put the New York Rangers ahead in this series 3-1, the little difference has been Igor can stop the big saves. He can stop the big shots. He can make that big save and get you that extra little push. And it's been fabulous to see him on top of his game for the Rangers here. Gensel getting stoned on that breakaway. We have a chance in front again for the Hurricanes. Chatfield's getting the puck now. Trouba tries to lay a hit on him. Trouba's got to be more effective than this. Every time Trouba's on the ice, he's just going for hits and not playing the puck. He's got to be playing hockey. And now, well, right now he doesn't have a stick. So right now Trouba's just running around trying to hit everybody without a stick. Oh my goodness, Trouba. And the puck goes over the glass. And we have a stoppage in play at 1:55 left in the first period. Oh, a slashing call. I thought the puck went over the glass. We have a slashing call. Kuznetsov takes a slash. Oh. I got to see this. Let's see this slashing call on... Yeah, what is he doing? Kuznetsov goes at Gustafsson for no reason, hacks him in the wrist, and I gotta say it, the Hurricanes have been fabulous at taking dumb penalties. The refs have kind of let everything go so far. It's an elimination game. It's the playoffs. That's kind of the mandate. But for Kuznetsov, a veteran who's on the fourth line, to just stand next to Gustafsson, the one cross-check is fine. You can cross-check people. We got a 2-on-1 here. Shorthanded by the Hurricanes, but it's stopped by the Rangers. For him to just two-hand slash him in the hand, that's uncalled for. You can't do that if you're Kuzi. So, bad play there. Puts the Hurricanes shorthanded. I don't like that one. You got to be smarter than that. We'll get back to Netflix and Redbox and Gamefly and Blockbuster and HMV in 1 second, but let's see this power play conclude with 1 minute here left in the first period. 2-on-1 again, shorthanded. Shot on Shesterkin from Teravainen. It's saved by Shesterkin. Soft shot, easy save, but it's a shorthanded chance, which is good stuff for the Hurricanes. Not a great power play here from the Rangers. Rangers have really struggled here to get something going here on the power play. They haven't been able to set up in the zone for any amount of time. And then Teravainen gets that shorthanded shot on Shesterkin that he easily saves and holds on to for the faceoff. 56.9 seconds to go in the first period. If you're looking to time up the stream, that's where I am at. Let's see if they can get anything going here with a minute left. Oh, a takedown there behind the net. The Rangers on Aho. I don't know if you can do that, but they don't call it. Little stop up by the Rangers. Okay, here's some action in the zone. They're trying to swing it around. They do cycle it, and it's stolen by the Hurricanes. Just an inept power play here from the Rangers. Wow. 16 seconds left. Looks like we're going to the first intermission with a 0-0 tie, pending the last 5 seconds. And we have now reached the first intermission. The Rangers wasted a power play. And we're going to head to intermission. All tied 0-0. That is it. All right. First period done. A little slower than I anticipated. It wasn't the 4-goal adventure that we got last game. But it was fun. It was fun indeed. All right, let's get to some of your comments, and then I'm going to get you over to a video from today's Steve Dangle podcast. I see some people in the comments agreed with me. Some Canes fans agreed with me. Coco IRL. Shout out Coco IRL. Kuzi has been taking bad stick penalties for forever. Kuznetsov, this is from Kayuya. Because Kuznetsov is so annoying. Not only does he annoy people during penalty shots, but his celebration is lame. Hey, I don't know. I'm strictly talking about that one dumb penalty. I don't think we should just call out him being annoying overall. I don't mind his celebration. Some of your other comments. Jet Legend says, Jesse, what's your take on McJesus stuff? I think Susie should get 1 game max, intended to cross-check chest, but Zadorov cross-check lowers McDavid and gets hit in the head. Needs a game for contact, in my opinion. Well, Jet Legends, we talked about that for a good, 30 minutes on the Steve Dangle podcast. I shared my feelings there. I think it should have been more than 1 game. I think you cross-check somebody in the face after a hockey game. Morgan Riley got 6 games for it. I think 2 to 3 would have been good. I'm leaning towards 3 because if you cut Riley's suspension in half I guess 2 is the most reasonable answer, because if you cut it in half, because you say, okay, Riley got 6 games, 3 because it's the playoffs and playoff games are worth double. Plus, Susie didn't track down McDavid like Riley did, so I knock a game off that. I'd say 2 would have probably been enough for Susie, but he got 1. So I'll live with it. I don't think it's enough. I think they should have reviewed. I haven't seen like a good angle on the Hyman stuff, but apparently Hyman also cross-checks Zadorov in the face. Not great. Like, if Susie gets 1 there, Hyman should get a fine for that. It's after the hockey game. Fine Hyman for that. So, Torres said Hyman should be suspended for the same cross-check then, bro. Yeah. I think if there's evidence of Hyman cross-checking somebody in the face, he should get that. I agree with that. You can't have people going at people's heads. If we have video evidence that I've only seen the I haven't done the deep dive since we've recorded, because I just saw the Hyman. People make a big deal about the Hyman stuff afterwards today. Like in the moment last night, it didn't seem like everybody's going at the Hyman. It seemed like today, now there's more talk about the Hyman stuff. And I want to see the angle from the other side, from where the McDavid Zadorov one comes, because I think on that one you see him get Zadorov in the head and not just the shoulder, because the one up above looks like it kind of rides up and it's not directly in the head. But if the NHL has footage that Hyman cross-checks somebody in the head after the whistle, just like Susie, it'd be ridiculous not to suspend him for a game 2. So the NHL officiating overall is nonsense. Like, I think that's what we gotta conclude. That's the conclusion here. It's nonsense. It's ridiculous. It needs some consistency. Let's look at some of your other comments before we head over to intermission. This is from Cirrus. Living in rural Niagara County was great growing up. Didn't have cable TV, but we had access to CBC, so we got most of the all-good NHL games on over-the-air TV. Yeah, tonight's game is on CBC. Every Saturday game is free on CBC. CBC Gem is fantastic. CBC is still putting out great content for free for Canadians. You love to see it. Love to see our money get to good use through CBC. This is not an ad for CBC. I just enjoy it. All right. Let's go to our first clip, because it's first intermission. I have a clip here. It's from today's It's from today's Steve Dangle podcast. And if you were on the interwebs on Friday or Thursday night and into Friday, you follow Steve Dangle, even if you don't follow Steve Dangle, if you follow SDPN, you might have seen Steve announce a new hockey league and then less than 24 hours retract his announcement of a new hockey league. And then over the weekend, Steve just was miserable all weekend long. And then on Monday, after everything kind of calmed down, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about Major League Hockey and how Steve tried to break news and unsuccessfully broke news, and because now he does not think the league even exists. And this is our breakdown of the situation of what happened on the Steve Dangle podcast. Let's play it. I will see you after this clip.
I had to talk about this a couple of times on the streams this weekend. Jesse, I don't know if you did, but the Major League Hockey retraction.
Oh, and surprisingly,
and Saudi Steve over here.
Surprisingly, on Saturday during the Hurricanes Rangers stream, nobody really brought it up. So
Accepting money. By the way, I'm not sure how we jumped to that conclusion, but Steve actually wanted to break a story, and people were like, "He got paid for that, right?" No, he didn't. Here's the funny part.
No,
He got burned by a source and didn't get paid for it.
Yeah,
So
it was the worst of every world. This all would have been cool if you came in today with a Rolex and you got a Ferrari, and maybe a helicopter flew your Ferrari here, and we're like, "Damn, Steve,
that's
you made
crazy.
billions off of that fake story." But no, you just got screwed.
Yeah.
Yep.
It happens, by the way.
Sure did.
There's a retraction section in every newspaper. It happens. There was some information that came to light after the story came out that draws the whole thing into questionable status.
Mm-hmm.
We'll leave it at that.
I can walk you through it briefly.
No, I want to hear the whole story from when you decided to be like, I'm going to go ahead and beat everybody to this story. And I don't know how much you can tell how much you want, but I want to know from when you decided I'm going to enter this game of the insider game. I'm going to break news. And then to when you had to be like, I put my foot too deep in that water.
Sure. 6 weeks ago, very early April, newborn houses in chaos. I texted someone who I had known for a decade, and about something completely unrelated, asking them a question, completely unrelated. I wasn't even trying to find out information for myself. A friend of mine had asked me a question, and I was like, well, this person would know. So I texted them. In that conversation, they go, hey, also something really interesting. And they proceed to tell me about Major League Hockey. And they get enough details into it where I just go, why are you telling me this? It's a wild story under the
If it's
assumption it's true.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Big assumption.
Yeah, by the way, Friday was humiliating.
Yeah.
So anyway.
No, let's tell the whole story and then we get to Friday.
So 6 weeks. Continue to gather information. And the day I decided I had enough was I saw their website. It's not publicly available, and I've seen it. And
just off the top to clarify for people, this was somebody you knew for 10 years.
10 years.
Not a random Instagram DM, not an email from some guy who said he's a prince.
No, this is a person I know.
You know.
I have met them in person.
Yes.
Yeah, so I thought I had enough details. I was literally just reporting a story. I wasn't paid by anybody. It, sort of made me go, okay, why did people jump to that conclusion? Because I guess I'm not really an insider, and don't worry, I know now. So I broke the story. And that night, a bunch of people tweeted publicly and reached out to me privately, and they went, damn, I heard of that too, and good on you for being first. The next day, it continued. good on you. Players started reaching out. Players who I've spoken to in the past, players who I haven't spoken to in the past, but like some that I knew, it was like, oh, like it's weird when someone you've never met, but you know of very well, just pops up in your DMs and they're asking you for more details. And then after we had already recorded a show where we talked about it, I started getting a couple phone calls going, I don't know about all this. And I can't get into too much detail, but basically there's a lot of skepticism about the money backing this. Not the origins of the money, it is the existence of the money.
Right.
So I am punching out of this godforsaken story. I very much regret ever talking about it ever, and would like to listen. I could have just
Doesn't
left
regret
it,
the paycheck,
and
though, does he, Jesse?
Oh, you son of a- I could have just left it, and it would have been the wrong thing to do is
Right.
leave it. And a bunch of people are like, just let it die, just let it die. I'm like, no, I have to say, like, listen, I found some new information. So there is a reporter who is tracking this thing, and they have an article on it, and it's good and not stupid. So his name is Brad Elliott Schlossman, and he tweeted the following with a link to his work in the GrandForksHerald.com. Max Chambers pops up every few years as an apparent big money man in hockey, but the money has never been there. Now he's offering people hockey jobs for what he says is a $10 billion pro league, but it doesn't appear to exist. Story. And then it links to the story. Jesse has it up right now. I contacted Brad last night. And yeah, please follow him for any more information on the alleged league known as Major League Hockey.
Would you call him a reporter?
Brad?
Yeah.
Much more than I am. Yeah.
Listen, I think there's an excitement of like, oh, I got something. I got something. By the way, this Max Chambers, there's a Dave Schultz article from 2011 in the Globe and Mail. Potential St. Louis Blues owner is a true man of mystery, and he goes into the fact that they can't figure out how this person made their money. But it
Brad references that in his article.
Oh, he does?
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, long story short, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've had a great weekend, everyone.
The amount of like pearl clutching though on the Friday thing, like, how could you not have mentioned this in the show? And it's like, well, dude, we record the show at
Dude,
like
no,
11 a.m.
the timing of the show, it came out, like the release came out after your retraction, but the recording happened before your new information. It's just unfortunate timing for us. We didn't do a re-record because you're already back in Ajax. So.
No, even worse. I got all these phone calls. Hey, the show you just recorded, maybe don't, while on the packed Don Valley Parkway on the way home. It was not a great feeling. So
Yeah.
follow Brad. I'm punching out. Done.
What's the next story you're gonna break?
None.
Manel.
Bring back Manel's next train
return to
destination.
North America.
Yeah.
Steve, it's you know what, shit happens, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you're
No,
gonna,
it exists or it doesn't, and that's really immaterial to me. I feel like it's like, okay, this is nobody died.
So I was told, like, hey, and this was a few days ago, like, hey, we're going to be able to prove things in 10 to 14 days,
Okay.
which is different from
Great.
the last timeline that they told me. And I said, that's great. Let
for-
someone else break it.
That's on you.
That's
Right.
great. I don't want it anymore.
what was the final question? If you're okay with answering.
Yeah,
this
no,
one.
go for
So on the Thursday, you released a video where you break the news. What was the reason that you got the thumbs up to go with the story that day when the league itself had no official announcement? Why did you feel confident? Because you knew about the story for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Why on that Thursday was it like, okay, I'm going to talk about this publicly?
I had gotten some more information, and also I'd everything from the website matched everything that I had been told. And what's funny is that website, by the way, that I've seen, and recorded because I'm not stupid, no longer exists.
Oh.
So lots of questions that I hope people smarter than me ask and can get answers to.
The greatest mystery of our time is not if the league exists. It's not when the league will come out and prove
How
itself.
much money I got from the Saudis?
No. That's the best part. It's like, oh, but by the way, I just want to throw out there, what a jump from Steve broke a story to the Saudis must be funding his lifestyle. Where did that come from?
Oh, Steve Dangle. Oh, Steve. Saudi Steve. If you want to tweet at Steve that he is now officially Saudi Steve, I'm sure he's going to take it well. But no, he was truly a really good sport about everything. And occasionally, every once in a while, we all embarrass ourselves on the internet. It will happen to all of us who make our living talking on the internet. And unfortunately, it happened to be Steve this weekend. And that's okay. That's okay because we can all laugh about it now because no money was exchanged with the Saudi government with Steve. So, yeah, let's get back to this game. We're still in the first intermission. 0-0 game. A little, I don't know, nerves by Carolina. I think the panel mentioned it there. I was watching a little. Managed to catch a little bit of the conversation there. They're talking about nerves in Carolina and them coming out a little sloppy and slow. And I don't disagree with that. I think both teams are playing a little tighter as series go on. Hockey gets tighter, and here you have a Game 5 where the Hurricanes are trying to do the impossible with the Rangers at home, and the Rangers are trying to close it out at home. So you can see both teams just trying to be solid defensively because when you don't want to play sloppy hockey, you work from the defense out, and Carolina is such a great defensive team that they've kind of slowed down the game, and the Rangers can play good defensive hockey, and everybody's kind of on edge here. So I think it's going to be like this for a little bit now. We'll see if it opens up a bit more in the second period. But I imagine this is going to be a tight game all throughout, that it's not going to be a 5-4 type of game at all, that this is going to come down to a 2-goal affair. And we're going to have a low-scoring one here as the Rangers try and close it out, and the Carolina Hurricanes try and do the impossible. What are your thoughts on how this game is going to go? I would love to know. On Saturday, when we did this at the, second intermission mark, I asked you guys, what's everybody feeling? And at the time, the Rangers were down a goal, and the majority of you watching, if you were there, if you remember, said that you felt the Rangers were going to win. And some of that's biased towards majority of Ranger fans are going to tune into a game where their team is up 3-0, but a large part of you are also Carolina Hurricanes fans, and a large other majority of you are also just neutral fans who have opinions on hockey. And everybody was like, I think it was 74% on the poll that even when the Rangers were down, that they thought the Rangers were going to pull that out and do the sweep. And it didn't end up that way. So I'm curious to know your thoughts on how you think the rest of this game is going to play out. And here we have the second period almost ready to drop the puck. I'll let you know exactly when they drop the puck here. They are seconds away. It is a fake ref puck drop. Adam Wild hates it. Here we go once again. Puck drop is happening momentarily. There we go. The puck has been dropped. And the 2 seconds that were left in the New York Rangers power play have officially expired. Somebody got crushed. Who just got crushed there? Oh, we have an icing. We have an icing on the Carolina Hurricanes at 19:37 of the second period. We got Milosh saying Canucks in 5. Wrong stream, Milosh. Milosh is thinking Canucks in 5. Connor O'Shea says, I hit subscribe, but I was already subscribed and it unsubscribed me. Connor, resubscribe. If you haven't hit like on this video yet, hit like. If you haven't hit subscribe on the SDPN YouTube channel. Shout out everybody watching on Twitter. I don't often shout out the Twitter watching community because you are rather quiet on the chat front. I don't know what it is about Twitter audiences that keep the chat real low key, but I appreciate all you Twitter videoers out there. If you comment from Twitter right now, I'll shout you out. Plus, Mark, on the YouTube chat people, Mark says 350 people watching, only 120 likes. You gotta up the likes. They have to add up. Is the Twitter chat off? Is it off? No, there's no way. Oh, somebody said clock. Yes, hold on. Let me update. There you go. 1848 right now. No, I see you. I see you, Robert. It works. Yeah, the Twitter chat's not off. Twitter chat fully works, and I'm calling out the Twitter users. I wonder if I can comment. Let me see the Twitter chat. No, I can't. I can't do this in real time. Game's on. I already missed an OT goal once trying to do stuff on my phone while the game's on. Oh, a nice shot by the Hurricanes. Saved by Shesterkin. Another one-timer by the Hurricanes. And that's Gensel slaps the glove of Igor Shesterkin. And Shesterkin's not happy. He gives him a death stare. Shakes his head. Gensel being a bad boy. Slapping the glove of the goalie. You can't. Don't do that. I don't think that's a penalty, but don't do that, Gensel. Keandre Miller gives him a shove in the back for that. I think you're even. Don't slap the goalie. You got to shove in the back. The stare down was, as hostile uterus says, the stare down. I think his stare down was rather hostile. We got the Hurricanes winning the draw. Shot on goal. Another face-off coming to the right of Shesterkin. To the left of Shesterkin, actually. Drury and Wenberg taking the face-off. Got to update the time. There you go. The Hurricanes dump it in deep. Shesterkin goes back to play it. He fumbles it a little bit. And the Rangers try a breakout. And it looks like they have iced the puck once again. 18:02 on the clock. The puck's going back down the other way. Everybody's going back down the other way. It is icing on the New York Rangers. They're doing Matt Rempe highlight packs right now. When's the last time a fourth liner got a highlight pack for playing like 2 minutes in a period? Matt Rempe. Everybody loves him. Daltor makes sense for a Marner for a D-man trade. That is a super chat from J-Rock. Thank you for the super chat. I think anybody with high-end defensemen and a win-now attitude makes sense for Mitch Marner. I think that's got to be what you're going after. I think I can pull up Cap Friendly at a TV timeout, and we can maybe do a fake Dallas Mitch Marner trade. Anderson's playing the puck behind the net right now. We have the Hurricanes trying to get some pressure here. Turns it over. The Rangers are coming the other way. Roslovic with a shot. No rebound. Freddie makes the save. Roslovic, a nice little opportunity there. Good save by Freddie. Freddie's been solid tonight. Igor's been solid tonight. Defense has been solid tonight outside of Jacob Trouba. 0-0 game. We have 16:56 left on the clock of the second period. And we're getting an icing here by the Hurricanes. And it reaches the line, and we're going all the way back to the other end. They haven't had a lot of time to get some continuous action here. It seems like we're getting puck stoppages. We're getting icings. We're getting goalies covering the puck. Not back-to-back end-to-end action like we had in game number 4. Both teams out here playing just a little close, a little tight, not wanting to open up. Trocheck wins the faceoff against Stahl. Throws it on net, but it gets blocked before it reaches anywhere. Teravainen sends it over to the D, and Stahl's trying to break out. Teravainen up the middle. Fans on the shot. Rangers chase the puck all the way back to the other end. Here's a 2-on-1 possibly. Jarvis and Stahl. It's blocked. Great defensive play, Adam Fox. Adam Fox goes to the other end. Trouba's out there. Throws one on net. Over the glass. Freddie deflects it. Good little play, the 2-on-1 there. Oh, the Teravainen didn't just fan on it. That puck was tipped. Great defensive play. And now I'm just watching the replays here. Adam Fox, terrific defensive play on Stahl. And we had a penalty go on. Where's the penalty? Roughing on Orlov. Where is the roughing? Okay, so it was the 2-on-1. Puck goes the other way. Do I have to be the one to say it? Do I have to be the one to say it? That roughing play by Orlov on Adam Fox, where he got his glove up into the face of Fox, looks a lot like Sam Bennett getting his glove up to the face of Brad Marchand, except more tame. I think I have to be the one to say it. A guy got his glove up into somebody's face. 2 minutes for roughing. I said it. I don't know if that's a penalty. Pretty, a little bit of a soft call. Chance here for the Rangers. They throw it on net. They're trying to get one through the slot. Can't get anything going. Adam Fox is dancing the line here. Panarin's got in the corner. Works his way up. Looking for a man. Throws it to the center. Nothing there. Zibanejad's got it now. Over to Fox. Throws it down low. This power play is looking good now. Zibanejad again holding it. They're sending it around. Fox. Zibanejad holds it. Nobody's shooting it. Teravainen takes it. He's all by himself. Nobody's taking Teravainen. He's just hanging out with the puck. He passes to Brady Shea, who sends it deep. Everybody just hung around and just skating. Nobody touching him. Am I wrong? Am I wrong on that Orlov put his fist to Fox's face and that was a penalty? And Sam Bennett put his fist to Brad Marchand's face and walks away with nothing? The penalty has successfully been killed. And I believe here we got another penalty. Drury's on the ice. He blocked one. Oh, Drury's hurt. Oof. That's a tough player. They're showing Shesterkin's outlet passes. Beautiful to Panarin. Let's see if there is a replay of the penalty here. It's a tripping call. Who was called for tripping? I guess that's your even up call. Carolina, the power play here. Roslovic for tripping. There you go. All right, here's an opportunity for the Hurricanes. They just successfully killed off a power play. Now it's their shot to capitalize on one. Aho blocks his shot. Aho gets his shot blocked. And here they go down the other side. It's Trouba. Wrister. Oh my goodness! Jacob Trouba! Are you kidding me? What? Where did that come from? How is Jacob Trouba capable of a wrister off the rush? There is no way! Oh my goodness! Silky Mitts is right, never mind! What? My goodness, Jacob Trouba, short-handed, scores off of the rush, and the New York Rangers are up 1-0! Jacob Trouba's first goal in 41 games. Jacob Trouba's first goal in 41 games is a shorty in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, unassisted. Off of the rush, beats Freddie Anderson clean. Makes it 1-0 for the Rangers. Freddie's got to have that. As Jacqueline K says in the chat. Seymour Snatches on Twitch says, y'all said he didn't have the juice anymore. I was on that bandwagon. I was on, hey, maybe this guy's got to be a healthy scratch. Forget that. The Rangers have now outscored the Carolina Hurricanes when the Hurricanes are on the power play. The Rangers have 2 goals shorthanded, and the Carolina Hurricanes have 1 power play goal. Are you kidding me? That is absurd. That is ridiculous. $11:52 left in the second period. I believe we're going to a television timeout here. Yes, we are. Wow, Jacob Trouba. Freddie Anderson. You got to have that one. You can't let Jacob Trouba do that to you. Marquette says Kane's got to get better goaltending this offseason. Not Sammy, though. I think Kochekov's the guy. Like, I think Kochekov is the dude. And they should have rode him tonight. He should have been the starter. But too late for that. Hostile uterus. Did you call the shorthanded goal? Let's check. Oh, yeah. Shorty incoming LOL at 8:16 p.m. Eastern. Well done. Round of applause. Little confetti for you. Well done. Panda's breaking out doing the dance. 19 says, sorry, Canes fans. Kochekov is not the guy. He's a backup at best. I think Kochekov deserves a run. How old is Kochekov? I don't think Kochekov's old enough to where you got to make a determination on Kochekov. Kochekov, cap friendly. I want to check out the salary and everything so we know. Because Kochekov's 24 years old, signed for the next 3 seasons at $2 million. So come on, 19. You have plenty of time to make a determination on Kochekov. You can run with him, see where he's at. $2 million, easy enough. Freddie Anderson's also under contract for next year. That's a little bit more of a question mark. What you do with that one. Plus, we're back in action here. 11:52. Puck has been dropped right there. If you want to time it up with what I'm watching, they just dropped the puck at 11:52, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, etc. Also, Spencer Martin. That was the name that was escaping me. Spencer Martin also exists and is 28 years old, not a prospect. Been around. You kind of know what Spencer Martin is, but Kochekov could be your goalie of the future. Who knows? It's too early to write the eulogy. David Corbin. David Corbin's referencing Carolina's power play record in this series so far. 0 for 16, 0 for 17. No, they have one goal. They scored one power play goal last game. So they're 1 for 17 so far in this series. And the New York Rangers are 2 for 17 on shorthanded goal opportunities. No, 2 for 18 now. 2 for 18 and 1 for 18 for the Hurricanes, which is crazy. Crazy stuff. We are nearly halfway through the second period. Shots are 14-14. The Hurricanes are trying to pressure here, get this one goal back. Brady Shea cycling it over to D'Angelo, who throws it in front. Rangers pick up the puck, and we have a penalty. Kotkaniemi was taken down. What are they calling? Adam Fox is being taken out of the pile. He's going with the referee over the box. I think we're getting we got roughing Adam Fox, 2 minutes to the box. I don't have my referee jersey on like last episode, so I don't have to make the call. I don't really like this call. Holding on Adam Fox. Oh, yeah, well, Okay, so let's litigate this one. Adam Fox takes down Kotkaniemi in front. I guess you can't do that. But we also saw Brad Marchand do this to Austin Matthews in round 1. And Brad Marchand was allowed to do it. So why isn't Adam Fox? Huh? Is that not what we're here for? Leafs takes? Relitigating the Boston series? If that's not what we're here for, then why are we here? I kid. I think that's one that you rarely see called. But if we're calling it by the book, it's a penalty. So I can't be upset. It's just that you don't really see guys who are in a tussle in front of the net. When two guys go down, you don't usually see something like that called. So that's it, I guess. I'm like, okay, referees, you're bad. You're bad at your jobs. Be consistent. We have the Rangers working here shorthanded. Let's see. Let's see if the Rangers get another shorty. Like that's what we're anticipating here, right? Because the Rangers have been more effective on the penalty kill than the Hurricanes have been on the power play, so we're expecting here another shorthanded goal. Like that's what we're anticipating. Joe Marin, I have to get to your super chats. I believe you have 2 super chats ready, but a goal was scored in the middle of the first one. So as soon as we get a timeout in the action, we're going to do it. We need a TV timeout to get to your super chats. One-timer just missed. Teravainen skirts just over his stick. Can't capitalize on the one-timer. Puck goes all the way back to the Hurricanes' end, but they come out with it. Here comes Aho over to Teravainen. Teravainen throws it back to Brady Shea. Throws it back over to Teravainen, who's hanging out. Brady Shea slips! Recovers! Hurricanes still cycling. Teravainen tries to sneak out in front. Can't do it. And it is cleared by the New York Rangers all the way down the ice. Hurricanes 0 shots on the last power play. As is classic Hurricanes, they have a terrible power play. And we have a TV timeout, Joe Marin. We can get to your super chat. Let me find it here. Sorry I am late, says Ojo. Hey, you're not late. You are right on time. I appreciate you. This is Jim Nill. Ojo Marin saying he's Jim Nill. I need Marner. In exchange, Jason Robertson and the rights to Scott Wedgwood. Yeah, no. Oh, and you want my 2026 second. I would do Jason Robertson for Mitch Marner one-on-one. Who's saying no to that? Jim Nill saying no to that. If I'm Jim Nill, I say no. If I'm the Leafs, I say yes. Jason Robertson for Mitch Marner 1-for-1? I'd take that. There's no way Dallas does that. But if I'm Brad Treliving, I take that. Hawk says everyone says no. Not a chance, says 19. If I'm the Leafs, I'm saying yes. I'm coming from the Leafs side of things, not from the Dallas Stars side of things. Stars say no. Yeah, I think everybody says Stars say no. Travis says, obviously the Leafs would take that. How about the full deal? The full deal proposed by Ojo, though. Like, I'm doing just 1-for-1. Marner for Robertson and Scott Wedgwood and a second-round pick. I do that. Like, I do that. Like, I don't even need Wedgwood. I'll throw in a second and Marner for Robertson. Yeah, 100 days out of 100. Doing that. Ryder, Halak, and a third for Marner? No. Hank, no. I'm not taking that. Aaliyah T, both Robertsons on the same squad. Yes, please. I would love to see that. Will Arnett is in the building in New York. How is Will Arnett Rangers fan? He's wearing a Knicks jersey. He's from here. He's a Toronto-born boy. How is he all of a sudden a Knicks Rangers fan? That's nonsense. It's nonsense. Pedersen for Marner and a third. All right. The fake trades are getting out of control. So I've been to other rinks, and I'm yelling at Will Arnett, but I gotta be honest, whenever I go to an opposing team's arena, I cheer for the home team, and I throw on whatever jersey. I'm gonna be honest, I become the fan of that team for that night, and I'm not ashamed of it. So, I criticize Will Arnett right there for being Rangers Knicks boy, but I'm a giant hypocrite because I've seen a few different hockey games in a couple different arenas, and whenever I'm there, I am a fan of the home team. That's just how it works. No. Kayuya says, even if the Leafs are the road team. No. I'm talking Dallas Stars versus Oilers, and I'm in Edmonton. I'm an Edmonton Oilers fan. If the Leafs are there, I'm cheering for the Leafs. I've been to a Leafs game in Boston. I wore my Leafs jersey in Boston. It was awful. It was for the playoff game in 2018. It was game 4 because the Leafs were the higher seed. It was one of the first 4 games. It must have been game 2. Must have been game 2 or game 4. What I forget who was the home team, so who had the first 2 games. Anyways, 2018 series I saw in Boston as a Leafs fan. Obviously, I'm cheering for the Leafs in that instance. But if 2 neutral teams are playing, I'm just going to root for the home team. I'm not going to sit there and be like, I'm not a fan of either of these teams. I'm not going to cheer. No, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to that for the night. I'm going to join in on the madness and cheer when there are goals by the home team. And that's my philosophy on being a neutral fan in somebody else's barn when your team isn't even playing. I hope everybody accepts me for that and doesn't think I'm a traitor. Tony D'Angelo, Conn Smythe 2024. Kevin, I don't think that's happening. We got a chance in front for the Hurricanes. Fresh X says Panthers or Rangers. That series is not official yet. Neither of those teams have advanced to the Eastern Conference Final. So I refuse to pick. Scramble behind the Rangers net here. Puck's up against the boards. We got the Hurricanes trying to get something going here. Here we go. Entering the zone, finally. Pass in front. Shesterkin makes a little bit of a nice pad save. Easy slide over. Shesterkin's been perfect tonight. 18 of 18 saves. Another beauty there. Aho's coming up the middle. Shot goes wide over the top of the front of the net. We got Matt Rempe on the ice. The Rempire State Building is on the ice, and the Rangers are on a 2-on-2. Rempe to the middle, can't hold on to the puck. We almost had a Rempe break, but the tall giraffe man was not able to control the puck. Cooley's working it against the boards. Keandre Miller's fighting for it. Puck goes into the bench. We're going to face off in the offensive zone for the Hurricanes. And we are going to a television timeout. Let's hang out. Let's play a little elevator music as we ease into our evening. Just past 8:30 Eastern here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Our large giraffe boy, Matt Rempe, has made a little impact on the game, but not much. He's been in and around the play. I expected the referees to hand out a penalty to him by this point already. They have not done so, which is shocking, to be honest. If you have been here for a minute or 10 minutes, I hope you can do one thing. On the YouTube channel, hit like. On the YouTube channel, youtube.com/SDPN, hit subscribe. If you're on Twitch, just say hello. If you're on Twitter, there's a Twitter comment box that you can access on Twitter. I don't think a lot of people know that. Say hello. Say what's up. Emmy, yes, we do call Matt Rempe our tall giraffe boy because when he is out there, his legs are very long and he towers over everybody. So we bring out our dancing giraffe right here. Hey, thank you, Hawk, for cheering. You got your little notification up top that says you cheered. Every time you cheer, it shows it right there. It's pretty fun. Oh, thank you, Paul. Paul says, I even subscribe to the Jesse Blake Sports Report channel. I appreciate that. I've been taking a break from that channel for the last 2 weeks-ish. I don't think I've made a video because I've been doing these streams and I don't like to overwork myself when I got to be committed to these streams. So I usually cut back on the videos there while I stream over on this channel. But we're going to get those. We're going to get surprising you with this. I don't think this has been said anywhere, but we're going to do a couple watch a Blue Jays game with Jesse Blake over on the Jesse Blake Sports Report channel. See how those do. Those will be fun. I'm going to churn out some more Blue Jays content in the next week or so. Alek Manoah had a good start on Sunday. Surprisingly good start. But the Jays still manage to lose the game because they have zero offense. 1-0 here for the New York Rangers. We are back in action. 4:30-ish on the clock. Left to go. Puck's in the neutral zone. Everybody's kind of jostling for it. It goes down behind the Carolina net. Coming up after me tonight, Avs Stars. Let me know your predictions for that series. That's been a tight one. That one's a little less predictable than a 3-1 lead for the Rangers. Puck heads behind the net. Anderson plays it over to Chatfield, who can't grab it. Zibanejad gets on it. Passed out in front, but it's tipped away by the Hurricanes. Orlov got a stick on it. Still in the zone, though. Working over the point. Adam Fox now dancing at the blue line. And the puck leaves the zone. Zibanejad throws it back deep. Freddie Anderson handles it behind his net once again. Orlov now has it, waiting for the Hurricanes to break out. We got the Hurricanes breaking out to the middle of the ice. We got a shot in front by Drury. Drury tries the second time, can't get it through. That's Jack Drury. What's the relate? Chris and Jack are what? What's the? I forget. There is not his kid, but they're related somehow. Somebody in the chat remind me before I Google it. Nephew? Is he a nephew? Jack Drury and Chris Drury. Nephew. Trinka 2.0 says nephew. Uncle. Yeah, uncle and nephew, says the Noah Constrictor. It's Chris's nephew, says Ryan. Uncle, Brent. Okay. All right. Nephew. That must be fun. Trying to beat your uncle's team. We got a stoppage in play here at 2:08 on the clock. Freddie Anderson covers a weak shot. And we have Matt Rempe and Brent Burns saying hello to each other. Kuznetsov tries to get in there too. Matt Rempe always making noise. Jacqueline, Jack's dad is Ted Drury, also former NHLer. I did not know that. Who did Ted Drury play for? Oh, wow. We have breaking Valerie Nichushkin news that we'll do at intermission. I assume you've all seen it, but I'll talk about it at intermission. We'll do that then. We'll discuss his 6th month. He entered the player assistance program for 6 months, so we'll talk about the ramifications of all that and what that means and just the PR release. That's crazy. It's also not like it's a suspension for 6 months. Holy cow. They're officially calling it a suspension. My goodness. All right, we are at 2:02 left in the second period. Hurricanes are breaking out here. Heading in deep. Jordan Stahl wraparound. Decides not to wrap around. Gets it up to Orlov up top. Teravainen shoots it on net, and it goes high and wide and over the glass. Ooh. Roslovic took one right off the shin. Let's see this. Oh! Blocking a puck must hurt. Face off here to the right of Shesterkin. It is won by the Rangers at 1:36 of the second period. Cycling, the Hurricanes are. Shot is blocked. Worked around the back of the net. Aho circling. Aho tries to throw it on net. Puck is bounced towards the neutral zone. Rangers throw it out. We got a minute left on the clock. The Hurricanes are slowly moving up. A shot on goal by Fetch is blocked. Brent Burns sends one in deep. They're fighting it for the puck out front. Oh! Stopped by Shesterkin. Rangers are breaking out. Rangers shot blocked. Here comes Jake Gensel. 1-on-2. Aho trips and falls. Oh! Referee's hand is up, I believe, on that Aho trip. I don't know about that one. He might have just slipped on a banana peel on the ice. With 9.8 seconds left in the second period, it looks like we have a tripping call. Aho was taken down. I'm waiting for the replay here. Cooley's being called. Cooley's being called for. Oh, no. Forget everything I said. Cooley completely took out his legs. That's a penalty. You call that one. Cooley's leg made contact with Aho's legs. I don't care if Aho was doing a little hop move. Cooley's leg made contact with Aho's shins. That's got to be a power play every single time. And we are now officially in the second intermission. That was definitely a leg sweep. Yeah, clipped the skates out from under him. That was a penalty. Cooley deserved to be called on that one. Let's catch up together on this Valeri Nichushkin news. I'm going to get another clip for you ready as well. If I can do this while I chat with y'all. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, so that's the clip. Let's do that and remove that one. Okay, so I got another clip ready for you, everybody, for when we go to intermission. All right. And the Valeri Nichushkin news. So if you did not see it, Valeri Nichushkin, I'm going to read the official NHL PR press release. The National Hockey League and National Hockey League Players Association announced today that forward Valeri Nichushkin of the Colorado Avalanche has been placed in Stage 3 of the Player Assistance Program of the NHLPA and NHL. Under the terms of the joint program, Nichushkin will be suspended without pay for a minimum of 6 months and then will be eligible to apply for reinstatement. That is insane. I assume it's because it's some sort of violation of his previous terms of the player assistance program. I don't want to assume anything. I'm just trying to deduce while I gather the info. But that is insane. All right, here we go. Here's some more info from the insiders. As Steve learned, leave the insiding to the insiders. This is from Frank Saravalli. Sources say Nichushkin recently failed a drug test. He missed playoff games last year after a 911 call in Seattle in which an intoxicated woman was found in his room. So I believe the drug test failing is the trigger of entering Stage 3 because there are conditions. And Robert Malloy, thank you, Robert Malloy, modding perfectly tonight, sends me the guidelines for each stage. This is exactly what I needed. Thank you. The guidelines for each stage of the player assistance program. Under the program, a player seeking first-time help will receive confidential counseling and treatment. Here is the outline for the discipline and drug and alcohol treatment policy. So stage 1, first inpatient treatment, no penalty. Stage 2, for violation of Stage 1 treatment plan, suspension without pay during active phase of treatment and then eligible for reinstatement. Valeri Nichushkin is already at Stage 3, which comes up next, which means Valeri Nichushkin already went through Stage 1, where he received inpatient treatment, no penalty, and he went through Stage 2, where he violated his treatment in Stage 1 and was suspended without pay during his phase of treatment. Now he is at Stage 3. Violation of Stage 2 treatment plan, this is in Stage 3, suspension without pay for at least 6 months, and then eligible for reinstatement. So, If Valery Nushkin now fails stage 3 and is in violation, he enters stage 4. So Valery Nushkin has been being drug tested, and he is not able to fail these drug tests, else he gets suspended for 6 months, which happened. So let's say once again, sadly, because you never want to see somebody with addiction struggle, sadly, Nushkin were to fail another drug test, and he enters stage 4 of his punishment. Then what happens is he gets suspended without pay for at least a year, and reinstatement is not assured. Damn. That's awful. Players may also be subject to program supervision for substance abuse-related involvement within the criminal justice system. For example, players arrested for substance abuse-related offenses may be placed in stage 1. So what we have here, that was me knocking on the table as I emphatically made this point. There is no stage 5. As Robert Malloy points out in the chat, reinstatement is not assured in stage 4, so that's essentially the end of the stages. You are not able to play hockey again, maybe not. So the Valery Nushkin sadly has clearly been dealing with very heavy substance abuse problems, and with his conditions of playing in the NHL, was required to pass a number of drug tests while in the program. And he has not passed those drug tests and has subsequently been suspended for 6 months from the NHL without pay, beginning immediately in the middle of the playoffs, which is like so beyond the point of like somebody struggling and needing help. But from the timing of this, it's insane that this happens in the playoffs, man. Like, clearly something's wrong. Clearly this person needs help, and the stiffer punishments hopefully can get them the help they need. So we'll leave it at that. That's insane. We'll see if when we get more updates as the story unfolds, and we'll talk about it more on the Steve Dangle podcast. And next up, we have a clip from the Steve Dangle podcast. This one is Steve Dangle, myself, and Adam Wilde when we were ranting and raving. No raving at all, just ranting and complaining about how poor NHL officiating has been for these playoffs. Enjoy. I will be back at the end of this clip with the third period of Rangers Hurricanes.
So all I've had to do this weekend while not reading my mentions at all, is watch so much hockey. And I've watched so much of the second round. And can I just say, with my whole chest, watching the second round, that the Leafs are not in? Holy fuck, is this league a joke? This league is such a joke. The officiating in the second round in 1, 2, 3, 4 series is atrocious.
Mm-hmm. I'm bored of the conversation, though. I think these teams got to be prepared for it. This is how it always is.
No,
and
no.
By the way,
I wholeheartedly disagree.
I'm actually bored. Like I'm
bored
they're not going to
too.
change this. They're not going to change this. So just so you win anyway.
I'm
no. I think that's a bad
No. Completely disagree.
Straight up. Until Gary's gone, it isn't changing.
No.
Guys. So I don't know what you want to do about it.
I think when Sam Bennett punches a man in his face with a stick, I think when Connor McDavid gets cross-checked in the face, you should talk about that, and you should complain until maybe there's going to be change.
Getting a high stick on the cheek, he's bleeding, and the refs are like, "No, that's okay."
Yeah, no. I think that's also bad. Who got hit in the nuts with the stick?
Oh, I missed that.
On the flyby in the Edmonton-Vancouver game. You're streaming that one.
Yeah, I must have missed that.
Yes. No, I know exactly what play you're talking about.
Game 2.
There was a lot that happened in game 2.
Yeah.
Sam Bennett punching a guy in the face on the fly. throwing a guy on top of, cross-checking a guy on top of a goalie and then scoring a goal, having that goal challenged, and it's fine. And you know who got a penalty for that? The Bruins!
Yeah, because they challenged and they were incorrect. That's 2 minutes.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Good Lord. I know some stuff happened in Dallas, Colorado, but like I don't know if it was
Less egregious. I would
less
say.
egregious. Meanwhile, you get a ref grabbing and finger in the face accosting Matt Rempe. Because they've decided he's the guy who is held accountable for some reason.
Matt Rempe hasn't played in a couple games, so that was a little while ago, but yes.
Yeah, I know it's a little while ago, but I'm talking about it as a whole. The officiating has been so fucking bad. And if the NHL wants to make it up to us,
They don't.
I know they don't. They have to make, and they'll never do this, but it's just something that I want. They have to make the phone call, the hearing for Carson Soucy available publicly. Because I want to hear Soucy and his representatives and the Vancouver Canucks management. We haven't even talked about the fact that Don Sweeney's talking today. Well, I want to hear from Carson Soucy's mouth and his representatives and Canucks management the reason Soucy cross-checked McDavid in the face is he only meant to cross-check him in the chest. Sure looked like it was going towards the neck. But Zadorov cross-checked him in the lumbar spine, causing McDavid to buckle, and that's the only reason he got hit in the face.
I think people aren't going to like this comparison, but I don't think he should get any less games than Morgan Rielly.
It's the playoffs.
If you want to do the playoff tax, according to the NHL, and not officially, but according to them, playoff games are worth double than regular season games.
Yeah.
So if that is the case and that's the rule we got to go by, then it should be 3 games. Morgan got 6. It's a cross-check after the whistle to a guy's face in a case where the guy did not mean to hit him in the face. Morgan didn't mean to hit Ridley Grigg in the face with his cross-check. He meant to do it in the shoulder. It kind of rode up, and he hit him right in the face. The same in this instance. Soucy did not mean to hit McDavid in the face. McDavid got pushed, and then the cross-check went in the face. It also happened after the end of the game, which is the same thing that happened with Morgan Rielly.
It is a godless
Morgan Rielly chased Ridley Grigg down. Connor McDavid got a little shove from Soucy and then two-handed him across the leg and then started a scrum. Right? The two of them started a scrum. I'm not saying that McDavid initially. No.
A scrum is punches. Soucy was going to cross-check him the whole time.
You can't compare Morgan Rielly to this.
No, I would.
Rielly came up behind Ridley Grigg and cross-checked him in the head. It's different. McDavid and Soucy are looking at each other in the eye. McDavid can go F off, slash him, skate away. Zadorov obviously changes that. I understand that.
Yep.
But I think that I think that Soucy could get a game here. Absolutely, NHL needs to
a
protect
game.
I think it should be 3. I think it should be 3 games.
If Pietrangelo got 1 game, was it last year?
No, but I don't think Pietrangelo's suspension was correct either. I
agree, but I'm just telling you what he's going to get.
I think it should be 3 games. And I'm in the business of protecting superstars as well, which the NHL does a poor job of. And this isn't to say that there weren't penalties against the Edmonton Oilers on Canucks players. I think the Oilers in the games have been egregiously taking advantage of the rules as well. But in this specific instance, McDavid here should be protected, and I think that 3 games is enough for Soucy.
Here, I want to illustrate a point here. I know there are fewer teams in the playoffs right now. There's only 8, but there were 16. There were a lot of games. During the regular season, there are 32. Do you want to see how abruptly and violently this standard changes for the Department of Player Safety? So there were 16 days. We pointed this out. There's been 1 fine in the NHL so far these playoffs before Zadorov. Michael McCarron in the Preds Canucks series. Oh, the Canucks, they just keep getting into trouble, you know? No, it was goaltender interference. He hit one of the Canucks goalies. I don't remember which one because they've used 3. 16 days between discipline. I just arbitrarily went to the Department of Player Safety's Twitter. Okay? January 27th, Jacob Trouba will have a hearing. January 27th, Jacob Trouba suspended for 2 games. January 28th, there's something. February 7th, whoa! It's like a little over a week. Then there's February 7th, February 8th, February 10th, February 10th, February 11th, February 11th, February 11th. Those are all pertaining to Morgan Riley, by the way, and then he was suspended February 13th.
Yeah.
There's something on February 14th, February 16th, February 18th, February 21st, February 25th. Like, what's the longest gap we've had? There was 9 days followed by like 4.
It's a little unfair to compare a situation where there can be 16 games a night to a situation where there's 2.
I know, but dude, March 1st, March 5th, March 6th, March 8th, March 8th, March 8th, March 8th. Jesus Christ, what happened on March 8th? March 8th, March 12th. Happy birthday to me. March 12th, March 17th.
Okay,
March 18th.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
We get it. And then there was a big gap. We get it.
Yeah.
I understand.
No, because you're allowed to do whatever the fuck you want. The second the playoffs start,
but when is this? But I have to ask is what's different?
What do you mean what's different?
What's different this year to any other year?
No, I know. So I'm glad you're asking this question. What's different this year to last? And it piggybacks off a question that a friend asked me earlier today. Is this the worst officiating has ever been? No, absolutely not. And what is different between this year and last year? Dude, it's 2024. That's enough. Holy fuck. Let's have some pride here. We see 10 different angles in 4K. We have too many experts, too many angles. We just have too much shit to be this poor, right? Like back in the day when the NHL was chain link fences that you could just drag someone's face across and call it a Tuesday, and there weren't replays, and some of the games weren't even televised, and people are like, we're talking about like war vets literally going to ice war after coming home. Like I understand that. Mm-hmm. Then time passes, and again, I'll refer to Brian Burke's book, Burke's Law. He talks about having to record games on VHS tape. This is the 90s, right? Like this is alarmingly recently, having to record VHS tapes, and if there were a certain amount of games that night, they wouldn't have enough VCRs to record all the games.
That's right.
Right? So we have too much information. We have too much. Sam Bennett, that's just a hockey play. Fuck you! No, it wasn't. You flew into a hit and punched Falcon punched a guy. And I know it's Brad Marchand, and it couldn't have happened to a nicer human being, but it's illegal what you did. The captain of the Bruins, all right? Like, you don't have to like either of those teams. You don't have to like Brad Marchand. Look at it objectively for a second. You have the captain of the Bruins, one of their most valuable players, Sam Bennett, careens into him. And the argument is, well, Marchand is going to hit him. Marchand is going to make body contact with Sam Bennett in a way that happens 100 times a game, especially in the playoffs. The puck is gone. It's a little longer than one Mississippi since the puck is gone, and the two players collide, and they get a piece of each other, and they continue in the play. Happens all the time. What doesn't happen all the time is someone flies in and punches their opponent in the fucking head. And he's done it in back-to-back playoffs. He did it to Matthew Nyes last year. We were all talking about him slamming Nyes' head into the ice, which he did, which is also not a penalty. Charlie McAvoy on Austin Matthews, apparently. And what happened before that is he flew into a hit with Matthew Nyes. Nyes is flying into his hit like a hockey player, and Sam Bennett flies into it like a fucking psychopath. And here's the problem. The NHL is not going to change, to get back to answering your question, Adam, until it acknowledges the fact that hockey's a sport. The way the NHL operates is so...
The NHL must acknowledge that hockey is a sport. Thank you, Steve Dangle. We are underway in the third period. Oh, score bug. Please update for me. There you go. Thank you. The Hurricanes are on the power play. A minute 30 to go. The Rangers try and break out shorthanded, but they just miss out on a 2-on-2 play down the other way of the ice. We are ninth. Oh, Shesterkin with a huge save. My goodness. Aho had a shot on a one-timer, and Shesterkin comes across. Beautiful save. Svechnikov had a great shot that was blocked. And now I'm watching the Shesterkin replay. They didn't fully show it. Oh, well. Broadcast doesn't want to see me watch that great save 2 times. A minute left in the power play here for the Hurricanes. I think they're about to go 1 for 19 if they don't convert here. It's going to be the first story you tell when you talk about this series if it ends tonight. It's the Hurricanes' inability to be the regular season power play team that they were this season. Oh, slapper from the face-off circle from Marty Nietzsche. It's stopped. It's blocked, I should say. Rangers going the other way. Getting some action here in this early third period off of this power play, because both teams are very good when the Hurricanes have the man advantage. The puck is ringed around the boards and cleared down the ice by the Rangers, and they have successfully, once again, killed another power play. And we have a offside. We have an offside on the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes got to come out here. They got to be desperate. They got to be extremely desperate here to get an early goal. Dangles on the fly says, did you see the Nushkin suspension? Yeah, we did. Off the top of the second intermission, we did a little reading of the 4 stages of the player assistance program and where Nushkin is at right now. So, yes, we did catch the news, and we all looked at some of the info together. Hostile Uterus, who's been hanging out all night. Thank you, Hostile Uterus, for being here. Says, it's shocking how bad their PP has been this series. Yeah. Rangers have more goals on the Hurricanes power play than the Hurricanes do. The Rangers are 2 for 19 while shorthanded. The Hurricanes are 1 for 19 when on the power play. Unbelievable. Igor's been fantastic. That goes without saying. He's been fantastic these whole playoffs and definitely given the Rangers a leg up every single game. Anderson probably should have had the Trouba one. There haven't been any other goals, so I can't say Anderson's been bad in any other respect except for that Trouba goal. But when you are down 3-1 in a series, when it is a tight hockey game, you hope that your goalie gives you a save. And in that instance, he did not. Hurricanes now trying to get something going. Shoots the puck high. Misses the net. 16:30 to go. Here comes Jordan Stoll all by himself on Shesterkin. That's a goal from the Hurricanes. There it is. The desperate hockey we were asking for right off the bench. Jordan Stoll enters the zone. goes left deke, right deke, around the pad. Shesterkin's perfect no more. That's 1 goal for the Hurricanes. They tie it up. The captain for both teams opening the scoring on each side. 1 captain goal from Trouba, 1 captain goal from Jordan Stahl. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a tied hockey game at 16:25 of the third period. Unreal. That was a awful little play by the Rangers there. Fox to Cooley. Cooley on the rush. Can't get to the net and make a play. Jacqueline K says defense fell asleep on that one. I 100% agree. The captain stepping up, saving the season right now for the Hurricanes. Unreal. They're showing the replay again. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable for Keandre Miller's out there. Everybody Jordan Stahl just in behind everybody. You don't want to see that ever. You gotta be back. All right, guys. We got a ball game here. We got a 1-1 game. It's a tight one. It seems like right now, based on how this scoring is going, next goal wins. Who's ever able to fight through and get another goal here is probably going to win this game. I think we're looking at a 2-1 finish pending an empty net. We got a break here. Puck rolls all the way to the corner. That's got to be a penalty on Chatfield. No penalty on Chatfield. Wow. Jalen Chatfield had his stick pinned to Artemi Panarin's stomach. And the ref said, no, that's a penalty! Oh! That's a bad call! Jalen Chatfield and the Hurricanes get away with one right there at 14:46 left in the third period. My goodness. This is getting fun. This is getting chippy. Hank Barber says, no calls until this is over now. Yeah, it's the third period. We're not getting any penalties until the game's over. Unless somebody, I was going to say, unless somebody commits an obvious infraction. But even then, you can commit an obvious infraction and not get a penalty called on you. We are playing lawless hockey for this third period. It's a 1-1 tie game. The refs are just going to let them play through this, which is the very wrong thing to do. Kakko cuts to the middle. Saved by Freddie. That's a nice save by Freddie Anderson. All right. Stick tap your goalie. Nice save. Nice save again by Shesterkin. But the rebound is picked up by Evgeny Kuznetsov. The Hurricanes once again put one in the back of the net. And ladies and gentlemen, they have the lead in this hockey game. 2-1 Hurricanes. It was a slapper on Shesterkin. He lets a big rebound fall out in front. Big game bird flapping Kuznetsov is there in position to clean up the rebound. And the Hurricanes, who are down 3-1 in the series, are officially up 2-1 in this game. 13:21 left. Carolina's up. Wow. That's why you go acquire Kuzi. It's because he's going to flap his wings when you need a big goal. Let Yevgeny fly. My goodness. What a turnaround here in this third. Season on the line. This is how you show up? Michael, they will not go quietly. You are correct. It does sound quiet in MSG. The crowd has been silenced. They are shocked at how things have unfolded here 8 minutes into the third period. Wow. Fourth goal of the playoffs for Yevgeny Kuznetsov. I'm trying to roll my chair in a correct position. But I'm struggling to do it. We're good now. We got the Hurricanes sending the puck in deep. Zibanejad trying to get it from Aho. It's off the glass and out. What an eventful third period we've had so far. Can the Hurricanes hold on, though? Can they get more? I said, 5 minutes ago, this game looked like a next goal wins kind of game. And right now, Hurricanes look to be in the driver's seat to win this one. Panarin, Panarin threw it out front. Almost a little play there by the Rangers to put one behind the net. Put one in the net, but went wide and behind the net. Here's Schneider coming up the ice. The puck went into the bench. Panarin fed Trocheck to the front. That's the chance that the Rangers just had and can't get it. Oh, it was a nice paddle save by Anderson. Anderson, nice move there. You got the paddle in the way of Trocheck's chance. And the Hurricanes keep their 2-1 lead. Rob says, Jesse, you were sitting on the edge of your chair and had to reposition. I was literally, because it's also it has wheels on it, so I kind of rolled up to the front and I'm kind of sitting back now. I don't know if you can tell. I'm trying to sit back and get kind of comfy as we get into this third period and we play a little commercial music as we wait for action to resume. We are all hanging out. If you have not hit like on this video, hit like. The DOS, the Dancing Animal Squad, is out for your commercial break entertainment. They would appreciate a like. They would appreciate a subscribe on the video. A little confetti. A little round of applause for the Dancing Animal Squad. The sheep always goes long. They're always really into it. They don't want to go back into into the tunnel. They like the attention. Oh, you're still... Oh, there he goes. There he goes. You really like that attention there. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here watching this right now, and I appreciate you for that. Your presence is much appreciated. We are in for an eventful end of this third period. 10:48 left on the clock. We have a trade request super chat from Ojo Marin. Trinka, I want to get to your message as well. That's very kind of you to say. I'll read this quickly as we got 10:48 in the clock. The action is back. But Trinka 2.0 says, not to be all sappy about this, but I moved recently away from all my friends, and this really feels like I'm not watching the playoffs all alone. Trinka, oh my goodness, Trinka. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is very kind of you to say. Ojo Marin has a trade proposal. Ken Holland here. All right, quick. Marner for Evan Bouchard, Corey Perry, and Hyman. Yeah! What? Also, I want conditional second. If Marner re-signs with us under 10 mil, I get a fourth instead. I will give you everything I have if you're willing to give me Evan Bouchard, Corey Perry, and Hyman. Yes. Ojo Marin, I do that deal 10 times out of 10. Here's a chance in front for the Hurricanes. That is another goal on the board. Jordan Martinook. Jordan Martinook makes it 3-1 for the Hurricanes, and quickly the tables have turned. My goodness. Trouba can't clear it behind the net. Hurricanes get it out in front. Jordan Martinook buries an easy one past Shesterkin. That is a goal once again from the Hurricanes. It's 3-1. MSG is silent. It's 3-1 on the scoreboard. It's 3-1 on the series. But it's looking like it's about to be 3-2 and heading back to Raleigh, baby. Wow. Hank Barber in the chat says something that I think is very true. I think this is the first 2-goal lead of the series for either team. If I remember correctly. I'd have to go back and check, but Sveshnikov's going to the box here. Delay of game penalty. Puck over glass. Could this be a turning moment? Could the Rangers get one back here? In game 1, the Rangers had a 2-goal lead. The Rangers had a 2-goal lead in game 1. Canes went up 2-0 last game. Hank, you're wrong. Hank, here's the trumpet for you. All right, everybody, moment of silence for Hank. Hank tried to give us a stat in the chat, and Hank was not correct. So we will leave it at that. We do have a very fun game on our hands here. 9:33 left, as you can see. I hope it's 9:33 on your TV too. Left in the third period. We're going to have a power play for the Rangers. So maybe they get a quick one back here. We'll see. But the Hurricanes have showed up. They've showed out. They've proven that there's no quit in that dojo. They're not willing to go home quietly. 3 unanswered goals this period. They entered this period down 1-0, and we currently sit with them up 3-1 after Jordan Martinook gets a puck that was lazily played by Jacob Trouba behind the net. A defensive lapse not guarding Jordan Staal entering the zone. A defensive lapse not boxing out Kuznetsov, who got a rebound. A defensive lapse letting a puck enter the center of the ice after not clearing it behind the net, and Martinook getting a goal. Those are 3 errors that are generally prevented by good defense. And the Rangers here need to rally quickly if they don't want to head back on another flight to Raleigh for another game at PNC Arena. Did I do that right? PNC? Somebody please tell me if I got the arena right where the Carolina Hurricanes play. PNC, I'm going to guess. We got 1:14 left here in the power play. One minute has expired. The crowd is booing the power play right now. Hey, I got it. Hank, air horns for you. You did say question marks at the end of your stat. You are forgiven. I forgive you, Hank. Thumbs up. Also, yes. Everybody said I got PNC Arena correct. Thank goodness. Air horns to myself. Very happy about that one. 20 seconds left in the power play. Rangers have been awful on this power play so far. Let's see if they do anything with these 10 seconds left. They do not, as the Hurricanes clear it down the length of the ice. 7:24 right now on my TV screen left in this game. The Rangers are down 2 goals. They need one quickly here if they want to head to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Hurricanes are trying to do the impossible, and they've made it awfully serious right now. Where if they get this game, and this game isn't over yet, but hear me out. If the Hurricanes get this game, all they need to do is win one at home to force a Game 7. And once you get to Game 7, you're going to have a team that's on a 3-game winning streak against a team that's afraid to be one of the biggest choke jobs in National Hockey League history, because it's only happened 4 times. 4 times in the history of the league has a team blown a 3-0 lead. So the Rangers are going to be back on their heels, not wanting to become the 5th team. And the Hurricanes are going to be riding high with all the momentum, thinking about how we're playing with house money. We shouldn't be here anyways. This is dangerous territory for the Rangers. I think that's what we need to emphasize here. The Rangers need to close this out, because you can't let the body up off of the mat. I feel like we need to get into this. We're coming up on 6 minutes left of the third period. If you are the New York Rangers, I will say it again. You cannot let the body up off of the mat. The job is almost done. You got 5 minutes left to the end of the workday. Send the last email so you don't gotta do it on Monday morning. Finish the work before you head home on the Friday of the long weekend. You don't have to deal with that next week. The Rangers can't give the Hurricanes life here. And if they get this game, the Hurricanes are 5 minutes away from getting this game. They just got to go back to their barn in Raleigh at PNC Arena, win a game at home, which is like, you can do that. And then once you win one at home, you're the favorite in Game 7 because you got everything going your way. And they'll be back here at MSG for Game 7 with the Rangers nervous. Don't let it happen. Keep them down. Get the ref to ding the bell, Rangers. Hurricanes fans, you're so close to this thing being kind of real. Oh, baby. I think we got a series on our hands. 5 minutes left now in the third period. I don't think they have enough to mount this comeback. We'll see. Shots are 27-20 right now in favor of the Hurricanes, as the shot clock has been all series long in favor of the Hurricanes. The question has always been, can they get this offense going? They got the 3 goals tonight. They found a way to beat Igor 3 times with a couple defensive lapses from the Rangers. And now they've also had a pretty good goalie performance from Freddie. I've seen a couple decent saves. He hasn't had to be spectacular. He should have had the Trouba one, but all you want your goaltender to do is give you a shot, and he gave them a shot tonight. Solid performance from Freddie. And we're running out of time here for the Rangers. We're now looking at when they might pull the goaltender. With 3:44 left on the clock, we have an icing. We have the Rangers getting an offensive zone draw with 3:44 left in the third period. Kevin. I always love a good sarcastic comment. Kevin says, fold the franchise territory? Question mark. Maybe. Oh, there it is. There is the empty. I didn't think that would hit the net. Oh my goodness. There is the empty net goal. Ladies and gentlemen, people in the stream, we are 3:29 away from heading back to Raleigh. I'm not going to say it just yet. I'm not going to say it just yet. But it is 4-1 on the clock. The empty net goal has been scored. The series is about to be 3-2 in favor of the Rangers. And we are very close to the series heading back to Raleigh. I think we honestly might have a series on our hands here. This is dangerous territory, as I said. I don't want to repeat myself I just went on the rant. I just explained what's going on here. The stakes are serious. The stakes are real. (4-1) Hurricanes. is the score right now. Hawk 23. I don't know if the series is over, but there's a huge momentum shift going on right now. Yep. If you're the New York Rangers, you got to be a little worried. Like, you'd never admit it. You'd never show it on your face. But this was the one you had to get. This was the game you had to get. You don't want them to believe. At 3-0, they're not believing. They get the one. You're like, all right, sweeping's hard. At 3-1, 1:38 left in the third period. At 3-1, you're like, okay, they kind of believe, but like, we'll close it out. And now it's 3-2. Anybody can win 2 games in a row. Oh, they're showing all the fans leaving. Oh, that's not good. I'm not into that. I'm not into fans. Oh no, we gotta hit the button. I don't like when half the lower bowl is empty. That's not good. That's not good, New York. You gotta stick around to the bitter end. I don't care if it's 4-1. Anything can happen. You paid a lot for those tickets, I hope. Or if you got them gifted, I don't care. Those are expensive tickets. Wait it out for the end of the game. Come on. Come on, MSG. I don't like seeing that. Uh-oh, the Boo Birds are now coming out from the fans that are remaining in the building. As I was saying, at 3-2, you're giving life to the other squad. You're telling them that you have life. And this was the game that the New York Rangers needed to get. This was the one where you send them home packing. You don't take that extra flight for game number 6 back to Raleigh. You don't want to be on that plane. And them not closing this out here tonight, now the game is officially over. Let's do our little dance. And let's talk about it. The Carolina Hurricanes have closed this game out 4-1. And oh baby, have they made it interesting. At 3-1, there's a little bit of hope. But at 3-2, there is a serious amount of life in the Hurricanes. Now they have the momentum heading into game number 6, where if they get one at home, it's a coin flip back at MSG for game 7, where you've proven here tonight you can shut down the offense. Freddie can just do enough to win because your defense is so good. And you have game breakers. Kuznetsov was a game breaker tonight. Martinuk, game breaker. Aho, fantastic play all around. Always like Aho. Jordan Stahl, your captain, started the comeback. Rangers. Game 6, you got another opportunity on Wednesday evening to put it away. I think Wednesday. Somebody correct me if it's Wednesday or Thursday. Game 6, you got another opportunity. Igor was good. Igor was good, but not every game will Igor Shesterkin get you a shutout. He had a long stretch there where every playoff game he was allowing 2 goals or 3 goals or 1 goal. And tonight it was 3 goals, and he couldn't stop all 3 because the defense wasn't there. The defense wasn't perfect tonight. I think letting Stahl in behind, not great. The rebound should have been cleared. Trouba should have cleared that puck. We'll see what kind of structure they come with in game number 6, but the offense was also lacking. There wasn't a pep in their step tonight, and I hope the Rangers, for the sake of Rangers fans, come out firing in game number 6. Because if they come out with a speed that they did not have in today's game, where they let Carolina play a slow first period, they need to find a way to break through that defense. That's got to be the key early. You can't leave this stuff late. Consistently later in the games, later in the periods, Carolina's been able to find goals. Early is where the Rangers have to find theirs. Be front runners in game number 6, and I think you'll be fine. Close it out in 6. It's a must-win game. Treat 6 like 7, because you do not want to be in a position where you got to play a game 7 against this team where you just lost 3 games in a row. Treat 6 like 7. That's what I'm going to end it on tonight. Thank you guys for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world who chose to be here, hanging out with me tonight. And I really appreciate you for that. Like, thank you guys. Round of applause. Round of applause to everybody who hung out tonight. Before you go, I will ask one last time, for the sake of the Dancing Animal Squad, the DOS, and everybody else who works behind the scenes, I ask, please like this video. And if you really liked it, hit subscribe on the SDPN YouTube channel. We all greatly appreciate if you can hit like and subscribe. And finally, thank you to Robert Malloy. Round of applause. On your way out, everybody, stick tap Robert Malloy for a fantastic job all night modding the chat. We love you for all that you do. A little confetti on the way out. A little crab people button. Thank you all for being here. Could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be watching this right now, and I appreciate you for that.